Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. All right, Joe Biden was out there today crowing about job numbers that don't really exist. Sorry. Now, as you may know, folks, the top line number for non-farm payrolls was 253,000, which would be a good number, except for the fact that the prior 2 months in March and February were substantially revised lower by 149,000, 78,000 in February, another 71,000 in March. So the net increase for April is really only 104,000. It's a big difference, a very soft number. And I think Mr. Biden notwithstanding, one reason the stock market rallied 500 points or so is the market is smarter than Biden, believe it or not. And the market knows when you look under the hood, it was a very soft number. And that softer number will take pressure off the Fed and maybe encourage them to pause their tightening, which is what I want them to do. Now, the unemployment rate remains low at 3.4%, but the household small business survey, that was also soft at 139,000. Now, here's what Mr. Biden either doesn't understand or simply refuses to acknowledge. Middle class and blue collar real wages have been underwater for the entire duration of his presidency. Now look at the accompanying chart on the full screen. Blue-collar real wages have fallen 2.1% under Joe Biden, okay, for the entire duration of his presidency. Now, under former President Donald Trump, blue-collar real wages exploded higher by 7.3%. Way over the long-term, 50-year average. Real wages have always been the soft underbelly of the Biden economy. People are working, and that's a very good thing indeed, but inflation has eroded their real income, take-home pay. You know, think about gasoline or groceries and other necessities. That is the problem for Biden. Living standards have fallen. That's the problem for Biden if this election is about pocketbook issues or kitchen table issues, as presidential elections invariably are. Then Donald Trump, if he stays on message, can defeat Joe Biden. Now, Trump has a track record here. Biden does not. Trump did it once. He could do it again. I don't know the outcome. My crystal ball is as cloudy as anybody's. I'm just basically repeating what the Wall Street Journal's Jerry Baker said earlier this week about the importance of pocketbook issues and the possibility of a President Trump victory. That is, if he stays on message. I get all that. Meanwhile, if you ever doubted that Mr. Biden does not understand budget economics, just take a look at what he said today. It's really quite something.
MAGA Republicans in Congress are threatening to undo all this progress by letting us, quote, default on the debt unless we agree to their demands. The two are totally unrelated. Whether you pay the debt or not doesn't have a damn thing to do with what your budget is.
Oh, no.
What your budget is.
Oh, Lord.
Where you're going to spend
money.
Make it
stop. Please, make it stop. Oh, please, Lord, make it stop. Of course the two are linked, Mr. President Biden. How much you spend determines what you have to borrow. Higher spending forces higher debt, right? Do we have that right? You just can't separate the two. Now, as is usually the case, Mr. Biden is blathering on about all the horrible things these awful MAGA Republicans are going to do to various interest groups with the Kevin McCarthy GOP proposal, which is called the Limit, Save, Grow. So let me make a point right here. Number one, Democrats always oppose any form of budget restraint at all. Second point, Joe Biden doesn't want to cut a single nickel out of the roughly $6 trillion of spending that he's managed in a short 2-year period. Not a nickel, which is very sad, because if left alone, he'll bankrupt the country. Now, here's the third point. The GOP House proposal doesn't stop spending. It doesn't cut spending. It stops the rate of spending. In other words, over 10 years, the level of spending in the federal budget is going to continue to go up under the McCarthy proposal. But the GOP would put a speed limit, a cap of 1% per year. Now, frankly, nothing is going to be cut. I mean, not in the sense that a family budget would be cut when you actually stop doing things. It just means the increase will be slower. And, of course, the Democrats have so many left-wing itches to scratch that their feeble coalition won't even permit a slower spending speed limit. But the GOP is exercising common sense, and the public is behind them. So every time you hear Biden talk about spending cuts, you'll know he's wrong. He just won't drive inside the speed limit. Now, final point. The Wall Street Journal's Greg Ip hits the nail on the head when he writes today that a debt deal could help solve the country's inflation problem. Spending cuts could prompt the Fed to cut interest rates sooner, easing some of the pressure on banks. Now, again, my only amendment to Greg is they're not real spending cuts, but putting a speed limit on the federal budget should be something that the Fed's Jay Powell strongly favors. And I think the whole stock market would love a less inflationary budget policy. For the life of me, I don't know why Powell doesn't just come out and say all this. So I'll just conclude, as I have been recently, save America. Pass the McCarthy bill, right? I know a year ago, every night I said, save America, kill the bill. But we have a better bill now. We have a growth-oriented bill with a speed limit on spending. So I'm saying to you folks, save America, pass the McCarthy bill. And that's my riff.